You took your time, mate. Now listen to this.
We're just going to go ahead and dive right on in. Here's Ty, the Tasmanian Tiger for PlayStation 2. I've had this game the entire time I've had my PlayStation 2. It is complete in box, and I think I've kept it in pretty good condition. I think this is one of the most underrated platformers of all time. I'm super excited that I have the chance to review this game. And over here is Ty, the Tasmanian Tiger 2, Bush's Rescue. So the reason why I'm including both of these in here is because they have an HD remake, well, not really a remake, like a remaster that's out on the Nintendo Switch as well as the PlayStation. I believe it's also on Xbox as well. But you can get physical versions of it or digital versions on the Nintendo eShop. And right here is the physical version of Ty, the Tasmanian Tiger 1 and 2 in HD. This is the Nintendo Switch version, and then it also comes with a reversible cover, and right here there's also a USB thumb drive in the shape of a boomerang, which is really awesome. I think I'm just going to go ahead and keep this in the plastic though, just because I like the way that it looks. So right away, the graphics in this game are absolutely amazing. Even the PlayStation 2 version has held up pretty well. But this is a 3D adventure platformer set in the outback in Australia. You play as Ty, he's a tiger, and he uses boomerangs as his weapons. This is kind of the hub world where all the levels are, and the way you get to them is you travel through these little rainbow portals. So this is a level called 2 Up, and this is actually the very first level in the game.
This billabong has got the lot. Gum trees, wallabies, and even a koala. There's plenty to do here, so let's get a move on.
Right here, he flies through the portal and...
I reckon those dunnies are a complete waste of space. Only last week I used one, walked 2 blocks, was clobbered by a frill, and then woke up back on the dunny, which was the best place to be given the surprise I got. Julius reckons it's got something to do with the space-time conundrum.
So I love the fact that there are bathrooms as the checkpoints in this game. I think that's absolutely hilarious. This game is a 3D platformer like I mentioned before. It's basically a collectathon, and just like all platforms, you have box breaking. And you can break it with your teeth, like that, or you can actually break it with his boomerangs. Now, there's a whole bunch of boomerangs in this game, too. You have the regular boomerang, which is just like the one you start off with, but you have this wheel of all these ones you can choose from. So the regular one is just your stereotypical, just like one and done, and it comes back to you, which is really awesome. That's the one you start off with. Then you get the Flamerang, which this is what you need to use to melt snow and melt ice. You can also light certain enemies on fire, which is pretty awesome. But you also get the Frosty Rang right after that. Now, this doesn't really do good on an ice level, but what it does is it freezes enemies in their path. And then the Zappy Rang's one of my favorites because you throw it at someone and it just, oh my god, really? So, yeah, then they're all gonna die. It electrifies them to death, which is absolutely awesome. So, one of my favorite boomerangs in this game is the Zoomerang, and what this does is it goes the farthest, hence the name Zoomerang. It's kind of like the sniper rifle in this game, if that's something you were to compare it to. It goes really far, so if I just huck these in the air, wait for it, there we go. They come back. They travel a wide distance. The multi-rang is my favorite boomerang in this game. I love this thing. This is the best boomerang for dealing with big groups of enemies because it's kind of like the machine gun boomerang. You just can sit here and just and just throw them, and it's absolutely awesome. I think those are so much fun to use. Another fun one to use is the Infrarang, and what this does is if you want to 100% complete this game, if you listen closely, you'll hear like an infrared noise. So there are these hidden invisible boxes all over the map that you need the Infrarangs for to be able to smash and break them. But if you're dealing with big enemies, I like using the Mega Rang because these are the strongest boomerangs and they also bounce between targets. So if you have a bunch of them all lined up, they'll bounce in between each other and they'll do like max damage. So that's really cool. I really like these. These ones are so fun to use though. The Kaboomerangs are giant bombs basically. You just throw them and oh, it's so satisfying. But also too, if you have a small group of enemies like this over here, you can just huck them, and all of them die. I don't really use these ones too much. These are the Chrono Rings. So what these do is these slow down the time of the enemy. See, he's like, and that gives you time to run up and bite him. Now, you don't get these next boomerangs until you completely beat the game, but the next ones are called the Doomerangs. And what these are is you throw them one at a time, and you can actually control where they go. So those are good for taking out an enemy that's super far away, or an enemy that you just really want to single out.
This rainforest is home to some beautiful fauna and flora, and some twisty-turny paths. Just remember to keep your wits about you, and you'll do okay.
Howdy ho!
Oh, jeez.
The name's Lenny. Lenny the Lyrebird. Ooh, we have got some trouble in this dusty old desert.
Don't you mean rainforest?
Yeah, rainforest, that's right, sure. Anyway, Boss Cass has kidnapped Princess Orchid. I'll show you where she's being held captive. Follow me, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, alright, so if you follow this guy, basically what he does in this level is he continues to lead you astray.
Jump in here.
Like right here. Look at that. Look at this little bastard. He's like, oh yeah, you're supposed to go this way. So then you go in here, and it's like, well, what the heck? So you try again, and you end up in the same area. So, I got sick of him. But as the level goes on, you have to learn to do the opposite of what he says. Like, you come here,
Jump to the other side. Jump to the other side.
and he tells you to jump across this bridge that you can't even jump across. So then you gotta go all the way around here, and then you find this little narrow passage that you can yeet across.
Follow me,
And then there's that
do
little
as I
bastard
say.
right there.
Bite these spy eggs.
Yeah, and he tells
to
you right
reach
here,
the
oh yeah,
other
you gotta
side.
bite
Yeah,
these
go
to
ahead,
get to the
go
other
on,
side.
go on,
Not
they're
today,
delicious.
Lenny
You'll
the
love-
liar.
Here we are. Princess Orchid is
I always thought that
inside.
this guy sounds like Gilbert Gottfried.
So, oh, hey, is that the time? Oh, I gotta go. I got something else to do. Yeah, I'm whipping up some fried calamari. Woo, delish. Yeah, gotta go. See ya.
So after you get in here, you find out that there is no Princess Orchid, there's just the evil Ty. He's like good Ty, but he's bad. He's got these, scary skull boomerangs.
Cass. Now, I'm gonna mess with you.
So I just decided, yeah, I'm just gonna leave.
Of me.
I'm not gonna spoil too much of the story, just because it is a pretty cool story.
This is it, the wide open outback. What a glorious view! Lots of sand, red earth, and rock.
I just think that this game has such good humor. I think that it's so hilarious, and I really love all the characters in this game. Every one of them are just hilarious. They're funny. They're all so different, and they all have the Australian accents, which is so funny. But this is one of the levels where you actually get to ride this giant warthog-looking guy, and then he tries to come over here and warn you right when you do it.
You're gonna sit on that?
And then you're just like rambunctiously destroying everything. It's great. So anyways, guys, that's my short video on Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. You guys should definitely check it out. As always, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. This game's only $20 right now, and it's on sale. This game is officially declared certified rad. Thanks, guys.
Why don't you have another go, you mug?